Oh, God. Alright, who keeps sending me these fucking Jurassic Park things? Who keeps sending these Jurassic Park things? Who? Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Already expecting that shit, bitch. Fuck, bitch. We are not making dinosaurs. We are playing God. You do not have clearance to see this project. Report to your higher up immediately and return all classified. Oh, what is that? InGen information? You have been warned. Oh, that's the name of the company. Ah. Project cannot be compromised in any way. It's an abomination. You are not safe anymore. Well, that was stupid. You can't get me with any more dinosaur shit. The most paranormal story. Oh my god, this is 40 minutes long? I'll give it 5 minutes.
Пишем. Меня зовут Морис Гросс. Я нахожусь в доме по адресу 284 Грин-стрит. Рядом со мной сидит один...
Is this in another language? Turn on subs. Janet Hodgson. Janet, I would like you to share your story.
Джанет Ходжсон. Джанет,
oh, Janet, girl, that wig. What the fuck? That shake and go wig, girl. No.
Хочу, чтобы ты рассказала свою историю еще раз. Только на камеру.
Janet, no.
Джанет, ты можешь рассказать историю еще раз, просто чтобы мы ее записали? Джанет.
That's a good idea. Move the captions to the top. Oh god, she just murdered that man.
Меня зовут Билл, и это мой дом.
I can't read that. You know her, surely you'll see. What the fuck?
Давайте честно. Когда вы заходите на мой канал, то точно знаете, что тут будет разоблачение. Да, никакого мозговыносящего твиста особо не предвидится, но это нормально, ведь основная идея — показать настоящую историю всего этого, и зачастую она намного интереснее той,
Alright, I'm gonna skip this. I'm sorry. I can't. This is 40 minutes. It's 40 minutes. I'm taking your points, bro. Sorry.
Hey, man.
Hey,
Where you heading?
I'm down the bar in the Boulevard.
Can I catch a ride?
Yeah, I'll take it back.
All
I
right.
got my pet Gips in the front right here.
Man, I don't know.
Nah, they ain't there nothing.
Oh my god. Is Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is a fucking nightmare.
They not mean.
That look kind of dangerous.
Nah, they nice.
Oh, all right. I'm gonna try.
Hey, just move that fishing pole out the way.
All right. Oh, man, what's this in the back seat?
Oh man, they must have moved. I didn't even notice.
Man, you need to call you an exterminator, dude.
Oh no, I ain't get rid of my pet.
I'm gonna walk, bro. I'm gonna walk. You go ahead.
They must have moved. I didn't even notice. What the fuck? Ah! Ah! Bro, yeah, just. Oh my god. What the fuck? Alright, that was. Oh god. It wasn't scary, but it was gross. No. Oh my god. What a nightmare. Spoopy video game? Oh my god. No. Taking your points for that. Taking your points, taking your points, and I'm taking your points, and I'm taking your points! Bro, what the fuck? This is not a scary video, you piece of shit. Taking your points too? An award-winning short horror film.
Oh, this place is insane.
Are you serious? It's disgusting.
Just think of all the shit that
It's
must have happened here.
disgusting.
Oh, I really do not want to. You know what, Mike? I don't want to do this anymore.
What? Come on, just do it.
No, I've changed my mind. You're just gonna pull some stupid prank and make me look like an idiot.
I won't, I promise. Come on, everyone at school's talking about this.
This is so stupid. There's no way that's real.
Then why are you so scared?
I'm not scared.
Prove it's not real then.
If I do this, can we please just leave?
Yes, I promise.
I swear, if you do something,
I won't do anything.
I swear.
I swear.
Guys, stop! Stop.
Fine. What do I have to do?
Yes, right. You need to take these 2 candles.
Mum said I'm not allowed to play with fire.
Need to take these 2
Seriously,
candles
Andrew,
and stick.
just take the candles, go upstairs, light them, and then fill up the bath.
You want me to take a bath?
Everyone wants you to take a bath, but no. Once
What
the bath
the
is
fuck?
full, turn off the taps and say this rhyme while looking into the water.
Take these
Sounds a lot
candles.
like Bloody Mary.
It's nothing like Bloody Mary.
Oh yeah? How so?
Because everyone knows that's bullshit. Just look into the water and say this rhyme. Lady beneath who drowned in this water. Lady beneath who strangled her daughter. Lady beneath whose blood that runs cold. I'll give you life with breath I can't hold.
Bitch, how do you expect somebody to memorize that shit, man? That's like 20 lines. The fuck is wrong with you? Write it down on a paper or something. What the fuck?
And then what?
Once you've said the rhyme, put out one of the candles, then the lady beneath will appear and put out the second one. Okay,
Why
this
don't you
next
do?
part's super
Why doesn't
important.
he do it?
Once you see the lady beneath, hold your breath for 1 minute.
Why
As
doesn't
long
he
as you're
do
holding
it?
your breath, she can't get you. Once you've
Why
held your
doesn't
breath
he
for
do
1
it?
minute, she'll disappear.
What the fuck?
What happens if I can't hold my breath that long?
I'm not sure exactly.
But you're not sure?
Just hold your breath, okay?
Let's just get this over with.
Nice. I'll be right here.
Wait, you're not gonna do it with me?
No, it only works if you're alone.
I don't know about this, Mike.
Come on, just stop being a pussy and do it.
I told you not to call me that.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry. Look, you like Jenny, right?
Yeah.
Well, think how cool she's going to think you are when we tell everyone you did this.
Oh god, no.
Okay.
Nice. I'll be right here.
And you'll open the door as soon as you hear anything.
Of course. Right, come here, turn around.
Oh, wait. Better. Good luck.
Man, what an idiot kid. What a dumbass kid. How the fuck did he memorize this shit?
Okay, here we go. Lady beneath who drowned in this water.
Oh, God.
Lady beneath who strangled her daughter. Lady beneath whose blood that runs cold.
Don't do it!
With breath I can't hold.
Don't do it! What's she gonna look like? Place your bets now. What is the lady gonna look like? Oh. A beautiful lady? An old hag? A VTuber? A VTuber?
Mike! I told you nothing was...
Oh my god, I thought he like took off his clothes to get in the bathtub. I was like, you gonna take a bath in the dark? You gonna take a bath in the dark now? That's so fucked up.
Come on.
Hello? Meh. Oh no, she's coming, mate! Oh no, she's coming, mate!
Mike!
Why is your hair all floaty? Oh no, he can't breathe. What the fuck? So if he holds it for 1 minute, what happens? Does she like...
Fuck, no! Andrew, wake up, please! No! Andrew, come on, wake up! Andrew, please! Please wake up, I'm so sorry! Andrew, come on!
Andrew, please! Andrew, please! I know I did this to you, but Andrew, please! Alright, this sucked. This was not scary, it was stupid. I'm taking your points. Taking your freaking points. I was so dumb. It wasn't even scary. I've seen this same video so many fucking times. Guys, listen. I'm afraid of birds, but I've seen this shit multiple times already, okay? That's it. That is it. It's not scary anymore. Put a bird in front of me. That'll change everything. I'm taking your fucking points. Hoo-wee! A scary compilation. This is what I've been waiting for.
It's late at night when a girl named Pershka records a video in her kitchen. The purpose of the video is to show an ice machine that she recently purchased, as there's something about it that creeps her out. The ice maker, according to her, makes a very strange noise during the late hours of the night. So one night, as the ice machine makes its unusual noise, Pershka heads over to the kitchen to record the sound. But as she records this video, something pretty creepy is caught on camera. What was supposed to be a short, random video turned out to be a terrifying clip that Pershka has recently taken down for unknown reasons. She didn't say why she took down the clip, but it seems that the video itself says it all. Have a look. Like a scene out of a horror movie, Pershka walks into the kitchen and captures for just a split second the figure of a little girl. Even creepier is that whoever this was just disappears as soon as the lights turn on. It's for this reason that viewers believe she had taken down the clip, as otherwise it would continue to remind her of this disturbing incident. Whatever was captured has left her extremely unsettled. Even though this video was taken a few years ago, it is still unknown as to whether or not Pershka had captured something paranormal on camera. In the early 2000s, there used to be an abandoned asylum in Massachusetts known as Danvers State Hospital.
Absolutely not.
Before shutting down in 1992, the asylum had an estimate of 3,000 patients, all of whom were severely mentally ill and poorly treated. Nurses who used to work here recall seeing horrifying things that continue to haunt them to this day.
Like what?
From patients walking around in their own filth due to a lack of basic hygiene, to patients receiving forced lobotomies that would often leave them in a much worse state than before. Employees of the
Oh God, I watched a video about lobotomies the other day because I always thought that lobotomies were like a fake thing. I thought it was like a fake movie thing. And I didn't know how lobotomies were done. So I thought that was like a fake movie thing. And then like I watched a video on it and I found out that it was completely real. And it's like they show like an ice pick through like your eye or some shit. They do something and they like tap your brain. And I'm like, ugh. Apparently like they used to do that to women back in the day, to like women who like were hysterical, quote unquote, or unruly women. It was like a thing that like husbands can get their wives to have done on them to make them like obedient and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? That is so fucked up. What the fuck? Oh my God.
Danvers State Hospital are haunted by these terrible memories. However,
oh yeah, and there's like a guy that's actually still alive who had an lobotomy, and he said that it like helped him because he was like really violent like as a kid, and now he's like a normal average old guy. I wonder what else that does to your brain. happened to Bojack's grandma and Bojack Horseman. I'm talking about a real person, not a fucking cartoon horse. What the fuck?
Fun fact.
Yes?
Salemas isn't where the Salem witch trials happened. That was Salem Township, which changed its name to distance itself from the history. Salem Township changed its name to Danvers. So, this asylum that's built on where it happened.
What?
Aside from the past, the asylum is infamous for being extremely creepy. After shutting down in 1992, teens would come here after hearing rumors that the building was haunted. Although this next video wasn't taken by a trespassing teen, it was taken by a curious security guard back in 2000 whose job was to look after the historic building. But little did he know that he would capture something very strange while exploring the basement of the asylum. Take a look.
Oh no, a haunted ice machine. Ooh, metal underscore pipe. BB Bill.
Oh. What is the purpose of this walk?
It's a bit hard to see at first, but as the night guard pans the camera to a room inside the basement, a shadowy figure can be seen moving slowly inside. The guard doesn't notice the figure until much later after rewatching the footage. Naturally, he was left shaken up after seeing what appears to be a slender-looking silhouette walking further into the room as if trying to hide from him. Mind you, the basement of this building is completely inaccessible to outsiders, so there's no way that a trespasser could have been inside. It's no wonder that viewers believe something supernatural was captured. But of course, the question is begged. Just what exactly was caught on camera? Whether ghost or not, it remains a mystery as to what was captured.
Go, ghost.
Now the following video was submitted to me by someone who has no idea where the video came from. Its original source is unknown, but despite its mysterious origins, the clip is sufficiently creepy on its own. The video seems to have come from a CCTV camera that was placed in front of a driveway. Everything appears to be normal until you notice the two strangers that are standing outside the owner's home. They come into view as the owner beams them with the car headlights, presumably as an attempt to scare them off. This, however, doesn't work. They're still there, while eerily standing still. It is at this point, though, where things get really creepy. Watch.
Why would a ghost hide? Maybe he's playing hide and seek. Maybe he's playing peekaboo. What the fuck? Oh. What the fuck?
In utter disbelief, the property owner sees the two strangers disappear without a trace. Clearly, there had been two individuals standing outside, but somehow they vanish as soon as the lights are flashed again. Now, how exactly this happened is something viewers can't seem to explain. And with little info on this clip,
like
the video becomes even more mysterious.
Video.
If two strangers were seen on camera, then how is it possible that they suddenly disappeared?
Lag. You ask them to leave, they do.
In the following video,
like,
a man is woken up
I can't believe they listened to me and they left.
Hearing strange noises inside his apartment. The man lives alone, so he finds it alarming to hear what sounds like an intruder inside his home. He quickly grabs his phone and begins to record.
Oh shit. What the fuck?
Strangely, the sound of footsteps can be heard coming from above, as though someone is in the attic. Now, the man in this video is known as Nick Long, and it wasn't until the next morning that he decided to leave from the safety of his room to investigate the attic space. He treads carefully as to avoid any physical confrontations. As Nick looks around and checks every corner, he sees that no one is there. Not even traces of a person, such as footprints, can be found anywhere. This was definitely strange. But Nick doesn't really think much of it, since plenty of other strange things have happened before inside his apartment. Though, it would be a few nights later when the strangest encounter happens. Nick is once again woken up by strange noises from his attic. Only this time, he decides to check it out as it happens. Needless to say, what's captured here is pretty spooky. Watch.
Yes, I've been hearing weird noises and shit. And this door has been like opening and closing. Yo, what the fuck?
Uh-oh.
Yo.
It must
The
have
door to
been
the
the
attic
wind.
somehow opens on its own as soon as Nick approaches it. Feeling spooked, Nick is completely unsettled by this incident. It's now apparent that something strange is going on. But as if things couldn't get any more creepy, the following night, Nick is recording his dog when he captures this.
What was that? What was that?
You got this!
Nick's dog immediately goes on high alert.
Oh, doggy.
His dog is sensing something that doesn't appear to be there. It's as though he senses something dangerous. With all that's happened before, Nick believes that something isn't right with his apartment. He believes it might be haunted and thinks that the attic might have something to do with this. Whether ghost or not, he's deeply unsettled by these incidents. Despite living somewhere else now, he can't seem to forget the strange events that have happened there. So then, just what exactly was going on inside Nick's apartment? Like most videos, this one remains a mystery. This next video was recorded by a security camera inside an apartment complex. Not much is known about this video, except that it came from this residential building where the little girl and her family reside. The video starts off with footage of the young girl playing by a staircase. Below the stairs is what appears to be a small room. The little girl can be seen staring at something inside the room, but nothing noticeable can be seen on footage. Or at least, that's what the child's parents initially thought. It was only after watching this video multiple times that the parents were left horrified. Something was actually captured inside this room. Take a look.
What was captured in the room? What the fuck? I don't know, man. To me, the creepiest shit is a stupid kid. That was a jump cut. Oh my god! Ah, paper! Dumbass kid.
Bruh.
It now becomes clear as to why the little girl seemed hesitant to go inside. A disembodied hand can be seen beckoning to the girl. It almost seems to come out of nowhere before disappearing into thin air. Even the cat who later joins the girl seems unsure about going inside. Whatever this might have been was concerning enough to make them reluctant about entering the space. This mysterious footage, like most videos, has yet to be solved. But until then, You be the judge on what was captured inside this room. On August 23rd of 2023, George Cruz and his wife had just finished making dinner and were heading towards the living room to eat their meal. The couple sit close to each other while watching their favorite TV program. As minutes pass, it appears that nothing strange is happening in this footage. But fast forward to just a few more seconds, and something happens that scares the living daylights out of the couple. Prior to this incident, George and his wife had been experiencing strange occurrences inside their house. Before having to document any of these occurrences, they would often wake up in the dead of night and hear faint whispering coming from somewhere inside the house. But creepiest of all is when the couple would see household items move on their own.
What the fuck?
The house. But creepiest of all.
Why did they add that whisper in there? What the fuck?
Before having to document any of these occurrences, they would often wake up in the dead of night and hear faint whispering coming from somewhere inside the house. But creepiest of all is when the couple would see household items move on their own. Over time, the activity has become so intense that the couple has asked for help from those who specialize in the paranormal. It was recommended that they set up cameras around their home to capture evidence of the so-called paranormal activity, so the couple act accordingly.
Thank you for
Weirdly enough, they were also told to get rid of a certain item inside their house. George and his wife own an old rocking chair, and apparently, this chair is the source behind all the activity.
Oh god,
so the couple
haunted
does exactly
rocking chair!
that by selling it. And surprisingly, a buyer has taken an interest in purchasing the chair. The couple holds onto the chair until the buyer comes over to pick it up sometime next week. But in the meantime, something very strange is captured on their cameras. No one is home when this is captured.
All paranormal events are caused by Bubby.
True. Haunted rocking chair. Must have been the wind. Come on, come on, come on!
Why are all these videos blurry and pixeled as fuck? Get some better cameras if you
I
want people to
know.
believe
Fuck,
you.
get some better cameras. The camera moves to where the movement is? What the fuck? That's weird.
Eerily, the chair begins to rock back and forth before somehow other objects inside the house move on their own. Although terrified by what was captured, the couple is glad they had caught this. They can now show this video to those who've doubted their claims. However, this wouldn't be the only footage they'd be showing, because as of recent, more activity has been caught on camera. Not long after this video, the following incident was captured. Take a look.
What if the ghost just goes knocks off all their food?
Now, moments before an object falls down, the camera pans over to the shelf as though sensing movement in that area. What's weird about this, though, is that it sensed it before the DVD case had fallen on its own.
Wow, almost like
now, one could say that the camera picked up movement from the TV. But if that were so, then the camera would have already moved earlier, given that there were things moving on the screen way before the camera had moved. It seems like this was a random occurrence, unless it was sensing something else. The couple continued to document these strange occurrences in the hopes that someone could explain what's happening. Ultimately, their goal is to stop the activity. But until then, it seems they'll continue to share more footage of this unusual situation. In the following video, a man is alone at home when he realizes that the lights in his basement won't turn on. Feeling a bit scared, he walks down into the cellar with caution. According to him, it's not the darkness that scares him, but the basement itself. From time to time, noises such as footsteps or the sound of someone walking back and forth can be heard coming from inside. This often happens when no one else is at home. Now, the man had this experience previously, but it was at his job.
That's true. A fucking picnic table in their house.
He works as a grave digger, and oftentimes, after placing a coffin inside a freshly dug grave, he would feel as though someone else was there with him.
Oh.
Although unable to explain this unusual sensation, it would be the following incident that leaves him extremely baffled. The man checks the basement to see why the lights aren't turning on, but he checks carefully because, as he states, he just heard the sound of footsteps walking about as though someone is down there. Be sure to pay close attention, as what was captured wasn't noticed until looking closely. This is what was caught.
At the moment, in the basement, and I swear I keep hearing someone walk. I don't know.
Somebody's walking in your basement. Run! Get out of here!
It's kind of creepy. Laundry room still has power, so that's good. But the rest of the basement's power is completely out, which is very strange. I'm not sure what that noise was, but
why is there just a store? I don't know, but I don't know if you guys noticed that every time they have like these like weird, oh, this house is so haunted. There's always like such random shit. Like what the? It's like what the?
We'll see, I guess.
Man room spot. It just has a fucking. Shit! What the fuck? Are those just two trash bags just chilling there?
Back. No, nothing back there. I don't know.
Oh my god, that's just a big ass beanbag chair.
There's been a lot of strange things happening.
Now it happens real fast, but in case you missed it, if you look closely as the man pans the camera to the bathroom, you can see what appears to be a strange shadow-like figure standing completely still inside a bathtub. It doesn't appear to be moving at all, as if who, or whatever this was, had been entirely stiff. Even creepier is that when the man returns to the bathroom, the figure is no longer there. Given its strange appearance and sudden disappearance, the man thinks that something supernatural was captured. But as always, I'll leave it to you to come up with your own conclusions.
Well, my conclusion
Could it be
is
that someone had broken in and quickly hid away from the man? Or might this be something completely different? If you caught something creepy on camera, or if there's any ghost videos you'd like me to check out and include in the next compilation, you can send them over to scaryvideos444@gmail.com. That being said,
we should make a scary
let's get
ghost
back to the
video and
video.
send it. Maybe they'll put it in.
This next video was taken inside an old restaurant
Maybe they'll
that is
put it
currently
in
being
their
renovated.
compilation.
The person recording this doesn't say where exactly this footage was taken, and for good reason. Aside from privacy, this place isn't safe to be in. It's not just the construction that makes it unsafe, but rather something else. For just an idea of why that is, the owners of the restaurant are deeply afraid of the strange things that have happened here. Now, the person recording this is someone who I featured in a previous video. They too have been experiencing strange happenings and believe that it won't stop unless they move out from home. Given their experience with this unusual phenomenon, they were
What is that? What is that?
unless they move out from home.
Is that like a swing or something? Do you put like a
Given their experience with this unusual phenomenon, they were invited to see this restaurant before it's completely demolished. Although expecting to see something unusual, nothing happens. That is, until much later when they head over to the back of the restaurant. What happens then is terrifying to say the least.
Absolutely
This is what they
chilling.
caught.
Nothing scares since I
it's
started
cold
watching
right here.
Satan play video games almost
Yeah.
every day.
Every day.
Hello?
Hello?
I'm not going up there. Definitely not going back there. Oh wow, it is really cold right here. What was that?
Dun 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 dun. Dun dun.
No.
It's a man peeing.
I don't think it's happy we're here. I don't think. Oh, holy. Dude, there's...
Initially, a strange shadow can be seen peeking from a corner. The man, whose name is Win, doesn't notice it until much later, after feeling a sudden drop in temperature.
Holy.
The room suddenly becomes cold when out of nowhere, the small figure is seen by Win. Upon seeing this, he quickly hides away as if frightened by whatever this was. But as if things couldn't get any creepier, the mysterious shadow disappears. Feeling extremely unsettled, Win walks out as fast as possible and ends the video there. If the reason for demolishing the restaurant is to get rid of whatever this was, then maybe it's best to completely relocate from this place. But until further info is given to clarify this incident, it seems that we won't know for sure as to who or even what was inside this restaurant. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe and make sure to hit the bell icon so you don't miss any uploads in the future. That being said, until next time, peace.
Until next time. Keeps... What did you say? Keeps... Not scary. Not scary, not scary, sorry. But I enjoy watching these videos because it's funny. I like it. What the... Why are you linking a primitive technology video? Creek with
Just
iron...
fight the ghost says.
Creek with iron bacteria in the water. That's iron bacteria? Collecting the dilute iron oxide precipitate. Iron bacteria? Pouring iron precipitate into porous clay pot. Ew! You put your hand in the bacteria! Ew, it looks like doo-doo! That looks like doo-doo water! Water leaks out of the... while iron oxide remains inside pot. Iron oxide mud is then taken from the clay pot to dry. Ew! That's caca! Dried iron oxide, the ore that will be used. Stacking wood into a pit for charcoal. I think I'm gonna turn off my wings. Oh my god. The pile is lit from top, allowed to burn down, carbonizing the pile. Whoa! Cuidado con el fuego, it'll burn you. Ten cuidado con el fuego. Unburnt brands are raked to top to carbonize more completely. Oh. When the coals are visually carbonized, turn black, they are extinguished with just This isn't scary! But why can't I look away? Help! This isn't scary, but I can't look away! Help! 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 Help, I can't look away! It's primitive technology! Ew, this doo-doo! He's playing with caca. men who live a primitive lifestyle jerk off? When do they find the time? Also, there's like a lot of germs.
The horror is no Wi-Fi.
That is the horror. You know, that guy, like, he's really tan up top, but his tummy is like really like pale. Whoa. Whoa, what is he doing? What is that? Whoa. It's like a CEO. Oh my god, he's a CEO? Is this how an Ironmouse is made? No. Not in primitive technology. What the fuck is he doing? God, hurry up! What is that? What is in there? What are you making? Slag? What's this? Ew. Whoa. Breaking up the slag yielded more iron nuggets. Whoa. It's poop, my guy. My guy, it's poop. It's poop, my guy, it's poop. It's poop, my guy. Hurry up! A stone mortar helps with breaking up the slag. Approximately another 14 grams of iron. Oh my god, he made iron out of slime. Wow, primitive technology. How does he know all this stuff? Where did he learn this? Where did he learn this shit? Google? Bro. Oh, you Googling. You're Googling primitive technology. Oh, on the TikTok, yes. Whoa. Whoa, what the fuck? Holy shit. Yeah, put all those pieces on there. Yeah, put those pieces on there. Put the pieces on there. Whoa. Ooh. Ooh. He's cooking. He's cooking. Oh, he's moving the stuff. What does that mean? Food's ready. Wow, that sounds like something out of Rust. Nice! No! He's making a blade. A poop knife? Still got a long way to go. Wow. Iron knife made from bacteria. This wasn't scary. I'm taking your point. Can't believe I watched that. You just can't say no to fucking... You can't say no to primitive technology. Comparing Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 7.
The Resident Evil games are weird. I cannot think of a single other series that has gone through such a rapid tonal shift so quickly. Within 2 entries of this series, we went from this to this. Today, for no real reason, I'm going to be comparing and contrasting these 2 wildly different AAA titles. I have 5 categories that
Why
I'm
you gotta use a little bit Planet music?
going to be talking about today. Gameplay,
Dun, dun, dun,
atmosphere,
dun,
content,
dun, dun,
level
dun,
design, and story.
dun,
I'll talk about
dun,
both
dun,
games and how I
dun,
feel about those
dun.
individual aspects of them, and for the hell of it, I'm going to assign points for the winner of each of the 5 categories.
This is not scary. This is not scary. I like Resident Evil 6. We gotta finish playing it with Pete. No. Not.
87.
Brazil.
Scrapper Roberto dos... In the fall of 1987, scrapper Roberto dos Santos Alves decided that he could no longer ignore the rumors he'd been hearing. Hidden in the crumbling and cracking building near his home in Goiânia, Brazil, supposedly, was a scavenger's treasure. A treasure that looked like another man's trash. It was September 10th of that year when Alves and his friend Wagner Pereira descended on the site with simple tools, and after some poking and prying, they uncovered their treasure. What appeared to be a shiny metal capsule no larger than a thermos. Over the next few days, Alves was further able to disassemble the capsule, revealing something that looked even more valuable. He had been vomiting and feeling dizzy during this time, but he thought it was just something that he ate.
Oh no. Radiation poisoning.
Alves took all the pieces they had by wheelbarrow to a one de Vieira Ferreira. The owner of the scrapyard gave Alves $25 for the shiny assembly and placed the pieces in his garage. When night fell, Ferreira noticed something odd. The pieces in his garage were glowing, and glowing blue. 3 days later, family and friends had been invited to see the blue oddity, and soon, Ferreira's employee, Ernesto Fabiano, had cracked the canister's 1mm thick glass window wide open, and the true treasure spilled out. It was 93 grams of a sparkling crystalline powder, less material than would fill a third of a soda can, that crumbled easily between the fingers. Fabiano took a large glowing crystal to make a ring for his wife, describing it like carnival glitter, and gave some of the powder to his brother to take home. Ferreira's brother dipped a finger into the dust and drew a cross across his abdomen.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Family and friends sifted and examined. Over the next week, pieces of the original assembly would be distributed across multiple scrapyards, and glowing...
Oh my god, they passed it around to people.
blue dust would be sprinkled in many homes and on many bodies across the city. And so began one of the worst nuclear disasters in history. This is the true story of the Goiânia incident.
Goiânia.
Goiânia is the capital and largest city of the Brazilian state of Goiás. It sits on the central Brazilian plateau, a region known for its cereal farms and cattle ranches. In 1971, a cancer treatment center local to Goiânia bought a radiotherapy machine, a device that focuses beams of energy emanating from highly radioactive source material into tumors. When the practice finally closed 14 years later, it didn't take the machine with it. It was abandoned, as was the building. Most of the clinic was subsequently demolished and left in a derelict state. This was already a disaster in potentia, as the radioactive heart of the therapy device was now an orphan source, a self-contained radioactive source no longer under proper regulatory control, lost, stolen, or otherwise unaccounted for, and that made it extremely dangerous, as the entire city would soon find out. The unstable nuclei inside of the orphan source Ernesto Fabiano would soon open were that of cesium-137, a common fission byproduct of the natural and man-driven decay of uranium, and a common fission byproduct of the natural and man-driven decay of uranium.
Uranium decay!
And unfortunately for Goiânia, cesium-137 is one of the most problematic isotopes there is. It is seriously radioactive, has a relatively long half-life, and disperses quickly and easily through an environment, as one of its most regular chemical compounds is a water-soluble salt. Widespread cesium contamination life and disperses quickly and easily through an environment, as one of its most regular chemical compounds is a water-soluble salt. Widespread cesium contamination after both the Chernobyl and Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disasters is proof enough of cesium's deadly potential.
Oh my god.
Less than 1/4 pound of cesium-137 salt doesn't sound like much. All of it would fit in a small sandwich bag, but the immense potential of the nuclear and the social and curious nature of humans meant that it was more than enough to trigger the screening of more than 100,000 Brazilians in the fall of 1987.
Oh my god.
Not all of them would return home, and many wouldn't have homes to return to.
Oh no. Deadly glow.
In biology, there is a term called an evolutionary trap. This is where some evolved behavior can suddenly become maladaptive in a rapidly changing environment. Sea turtles, for example, who evolved over millions of years to hatch and then use the moon to find their way to the sea, can exhaust themselves and die in a modern world where many beaches and coastlines are lined with artificial lights much brighter than the moon and facing in the wrong direction. Australian jewel beetles can take themselves out of the gene pool by mistakenly mating with similarly shaped and colored discarded beer bottles. The human penchant for the shiny and glossy made 93 grams of cesium-137 dangerously attractive in a similar way. It is relevant to note, said a 1988 report by the International Atomic Energy Agency, that the interest aroused by the blue glow that emanated from the radioactive cesium chloride significantly affected the course of the accident. End quote. In other words, if the cesium did not have an almost supernatural glow, more people would have survived.
Oh my god.
After Ernesto Fabiano opened the Pandora's box the young scrappers had found, the curious powder was passed between no fewer than 22 Ferreira family members. For 5 days, fragments the size of rice grains were given to several families. Devair's wife, Maria Gabriela, covered her pajamas in the sparkling blue dust.
What?
Bed sheets. Her mother came to visit her when she started vomiting and then returned home days later, bringing contamination with her.
What the
After
fuck?
Odison Ferreira held the gleaming dust in his hands, he went back to work. He was a bus driver. He came into contact with dozens of people. Devair's brother, Ivo, brought back some crystals to his house too. His 6-year-old daughter Legia was infatuated. She rubbed the crumbling glitter all over her arms and hands.
No. No. Jesus Christ. That reminds me of that. Did you guys watch Chernobyl? Do you remember that scene in Chernobyl when everybody was outside, like dancing in the ash, and they were like, "Whoa, It's snowing! And it's like, get out of there! No!
Hands. She ate her lunch while admiring how her fingers were sparkling. Within 10 minutes, she was throwing up.
Oh no.
Within 10 days of opening the cesium capsule, a significant number of people were vomiting, had diarrhea, and displayed skin lesions and burns. Local doctors put the symptoms on obscure tropical diseases or food.
That's sad. That's so unfortunate. This also reminds me of a video that I watched. Did you guys ever watch the video of, that Wendigoon put out of the guy that his hands were like literally submerged in like radioactive waste? Oh my god. That shit was like horrifying to watch.
Food poisoning. At this point, no one
so
really
sad.
knew what seemed to be killing Goyona's families. That was until Maria Gabriela, convinced that the glowing blue powder was the true culprit, got on a bus with an employee of her husband's junkyard and headed for a nearby public health department. The employee was carrying the radiotherapy
And
assembly.
he lived so long too. That's the even more sad part, that he lived for quite a long time, considering that he was directly exposed to radioactive stuff.
All the glowing blue powder he could find in a bag slung over his shoulder. An intense radiation burn would later reveal exactly which shoulder the bag was on. On September 28th, 1987, Maria Gabriela, who had been dizzy and vomiting for days at this point, walked into the Vigilancia Sanitaria and placed the bag carrying the remains of the radiotherapy unit on a doctor's desk. This, she said firmly, this was killing her family. The doctor dismissed both Maria and the junkyard employee to a health center, and then later to a tropical diseases center where a number of those who had handled the glowing powder were now showing up. The doctor eventually got worried enough about the mysterious bag Maria was carrying that he moved it to this chair in the courtyard of the health center. At the same time, another doctor on site was starting to suspect that the many skin lesions being reported were not from any tropical disease, but from radiation damage. He contacted yet another doctor who was working at the Tropical Diseases Center, only to discover that he wasn't the first doctor who had called him about suspicious symptoms. It was decided to have a visiting medical physicist come and inspect the bag Maria had brought, but the physicist wouldn't be able to do so for at least another day.
Oh no.
The next morning, the visiting physicist had borrowed a scintillometer from a local government agency, usually used for geology, and set out towards the Vigilancia Sanitaria. He decided to switch the meter on before he entered the building, and the meter immediately indicated the highest value it could measure. No matter what direction the physicist pointed the detector, the radiation levels were off the charts. Something must be wrong with the meter, he thought, so he returned to the local government agency to get a replacement. 2 hours later, he returned with a new meter, but again, the scintillometer displayed the highest amount of radioactivity that it could. Simultaneously, the doctor who saw Maria Gabriela had called the fire department. The physicist, now convinced that there was a major source of radiation inside the health center, had to persuade the firefighters not to go near the source, and that's because they were planning on picking up the bag and throwing it in the nearest river. The rest of the day was a blur of activity. 40 minutes later, the police and fire brigades helped evacuate everyone from the health center. An hour after that, doctors had descended on Defier Fejera's junkyard and found the same off-the-charts readings. Fejera and his family, who had to be convinced, were evacuated. Over the next few hours, government agencies were contacted, the Secretary for Health was informed, and the National Nuclear Energy Commission was brought up to speed. By nightfall, the Secretary for Health had made the city's Olympic Stadium a staging ground for receiving potentially contaminated persons. And the Tropical Diseases Hospital, the first to see many of the suspicious symptoms, was informed that their patients were in fact irradiated. Known sites of contamination were resurveyed, and the Civil Defense Force was put on alert. The Estadio Olimpico Pedro Ludovico has a capacity of 13,500 people. Beginning on September 30th, the National Nuclear Energy Commission would monitor over 112,000 people there on the field. Those most affected by the radiation were placed in tents, and more people throughout the city were showing up after hearing rumors. Many tried to go to the Olympic Stadium simply for reassurance. Although no local plans for responding to radiological emergencies on this scale had existed, concluded the 1988 report by the International Atomic Energy Agency, the authorities' improvised strategy worked effectively in bringing the situation under control and preventing further serious exposure. Contaminated persons were directed to take showers and place their clothes in bags. This reduced the ticking of radiation meters by between 50 and 80%, and monitoring equipment was set up to screen the hundreds lining up outside the stadium. Unfortunately, decontamination was only partially successful, as the most affected victims were constantly sweating out the cesium-137 that had accumulated inside of their bodies. In the early morning hours of September 30th, authorities returned to the Vigilancia Sanitaria to contain the remainder of the source, first brought in by bus by Maria Gabriela. A small crane was used to lower a section of sewer pipe over the chair where the bag still sat, and then concrete was pumped in over the wall to seal the chair inside the pipe forever.
Oh my God.
Radiation rates dropped dramatically. Of the 112,000 people monitored for cesium-137 exposure in Goiânia, 1,000 had received the equivalent of an entire year's worth of normal background radiation in just a few days. 249 people were seriously contaminated either externally or internally through direct contact with the cesium dust, and of those people, 20 displayed acute radiation sickness, needing immediate hospital treatment. These patients were transported to hospitals across Brazil. But at Goiânia General Hospital, the patients were left uncared for 2 days, as no one on site had the training to deal with the irradiated. 19 of the 20 most contaminated.
I don't think we should see the graphic images. I think it's too much. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. No. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. That's horrifying.
The rupture of a medical device in Goiânia resulted in the worst case of cesium-137 contamination in medical history, a history that includes both Fukushima Daiichi and Chernobyl. And sadly, not all of the tragically curious 20 would survive.
Aww.
The goal of this documentary is not to exploit the trauma or the injuries of the people of Goiânia. Rather, it is to show how the unimaginable potential of nuclear reactions can lead to disaster when not properly respected, managed, and communicated. This could be no clearer than after Legia Ferreira died, the 6-year-old who thought she was playing with fairy dust. After Legia succumbed to acute radiation poisoning, her body was transferred to be buried in a cemetery back in Goiânia. The news of her impending burial caused a riot of nearly 2,000 people.
Oh, man. Made me cry.
Believed that her body would poison the land. They used stones and bricks to block the car carrying her body.
Oh my God.
But she was still successfully buried in a special fiberglass coffin, lined with lead. The military also had to hold back protesters during the burial of Israel Baptista dos Santos, one of the scrapyard employees who dismantled the cesium capsule for its lead. Admilson Alves de Souza, aged 18, worked with dos Santos and also died. Maria Gabriela, aunt of Legia and wife of Devair, died on the same day as her niece, 1 month after exposure. The Goiânia incident would end up costing 4 lives. The contamination of an entire city and an economic catastrophe, all from less material than would fill half of a tennis ball.
Oh my God.
If there is anything at all good to say about the Goiânia incident, it's that the situation was brought under control by swiftly acting public and private personnel extremely quickly. Within 3 days of discovering that it was the glowing blue powder that was burning through unfortunate families, all sources of exposure were identified and contained. By the following Saturday, the main concerns were patient treatment and the cleanup of contaminated sites. A helicopter was brought in to survey more than 67 square kilometers. Detectors mounted inside of cars checked on and around more than 2,000 kilometers of roads. 85 houses were significantly contaminated. 42 of them were decontaminated with vacuums and pressure washers. The rest, along with several city blocks, were demolished. 3 buses, 14 cars, and 50,000 rolls of toilet paper were also now radioactive.
Oh, man.
In total, 3,500 cubic meters of waste was sealed away, around 1.5 Olympic swimming pools of cesium-poisoned material. By Christmas, all the main sites of contamination were dealt with, and work continued with the hopes of returning the area to normal for the next 3 months. But while dust can be buried and homes can be rebuilt, the people of Goiânia lived with the lingering effects of just a handful of glowing powder for the rest of their lives. The Ferreira family lost everything. Their homes had to be destroyed. Irradiated pets had to be put down. Whole family histories packed into drums of nuclear waste and buried. The junkyard owner, Defayer, pictured here, died 7 years after his wife Maria Gabriela Leger, reportedly due to a plunging depression and years of heavy drinking. Wagner Pereira, one of the 2 original thieves of the orphan source, would be scarred for life. The bus driver, Odison Ferreira, was marked in a similar way, losing parts of his fingers and the skin on his hands. And the damage done in Goiânia wasn't all physical. After the incident, Odison recalls being ostracized by his community. His neighbors, as they did with Leger's burial, tried to block his family from moving into certain neighborhoods. He ended up getting a vasectomy because he was now too afraid to have any more children. I still have pain in my hands, especially when the temperature changes, Odison told Beyond Nuclear International in 2018. Sometimes my hands are so hot that I have to put them in the freezer.
Oh my god.
Today, Odison is the president of the Association of Cesium Victims of Goiânia, which has more than 1,600 members seeking continued compensation and medical treatment. In 2017, he received an honorary Lifetime Achievement Award at the Uranium Film Festival for his many decades of advocacy. The original radiotherapy capsule, taken by the military back in 1987, is now on display at the School of Specialized Instruction in Rio de Janeiro, and is much less fatally attractive. The accident in Goiânia, the 1988 report by the International Atomic Energy Agency concludes, shows how actions that would have been innocuous under ordinary circumstances became matters of life and death. If humans weren't such social creatures, if we didn't like to touch and to share, if cesium-137 weren't so radioactive enough to ionize the air around it, this disaster might have been avoided entirely. Instead, a curious consequence of our quest to fully harness the near limitless potential of the nuclear lives on to scar the minds, hearts, and hands of the people of Goiânia. After the cancer treatment clinic was abandoned in 1985, one of its owners tried to return and recover some of the objects left behind, including the radiotherapy machine. A court-appointed police force stopped him, as the owners of the land the clinic was built on disputed the final state of the building.
What the fuck?
Now deterred, the man warned that they would be responsible, quote, for what would happen with the cesium bomb, end quote. And all this happened 4 months before the incident. And records now show that the state court of Goiás, Brazil, knew that there was radioactive material inside the abandoned building for more than a year before 2 young men looking for scrap metal accidentally started the worst radiological disaster in Latin America's history.
Jesus Christ!
Until next time. Thank you so much to the very...
Bad. That baby's so sad. Also very scared. It's a different kind of scary. So I guess it is scary, but it's a different kind of scary. Ugh. Why did we have to make nuclear stuff? Why does that have to exist? That's so scary. That's so sad.